What's up, y'all? This is Brandon Egerton of Artistic Soul Entertainment. My career started back in '99. I was majoring in music industry studies, needed an internship, and came across this place called EMI Music, and more specifically EMI Christian Music Group in Nashville, Tennessee. And so I, gave them a call, and they accepted me for their internship. Interned for about 4 months up there, doing the grunt work, the faxing, the copying, the running errands, that kind of thing. And just really got in there and just really became a part of the team they had going on at the time. It was a new label. They were all about artist development, so it really made a lot of sense for me, in terms of what my career goals were and that kind of thing. And so after spending about 4 months there, they decided to offer me the job of radio promotions coordinator. Kind of got in there ground level, did that for a couple of years, and then my boss, as the label was expanding, our label president, Ken, decided to move me over to the A&R department. And so I did that for probably the last 7 or 8 years that I was there. A big part of it is really, I like to describe it as really the liaison between the artist and the label. And so, you got different divisions of the record label and that kind of thing, and artists don't always fit into that whole corporate environment. So we're really the ones that are kind of the filter. And so what we do is one part of it is actually look for artists to sign and bring to the label to do albums on. That's one part of it. But the biggest part of that role is getting with the artist, helping them decide, what their album should be, what message they're trying to, convey, and really taking that and putting the resources that we have around their gifts and their talents. So we'll take those producers and those songwriters and those relationships that we have as A&R people, and we'll pair that up with the artist, and over a series of a few months, put an album together. Yeah, for me, I've definitely been blessed to be a part of a lot of really cool projects. Artists like Smokey Norfolk, Kiera, Kiki Sears, T.D. Jakes, Don Lawrence, the Tri-City Singers, Mark Campbell, Darwin Hobbs, Antonio Neal, B3. Those are some of the projects I've been able to be a part of. But one of the ones I'm most proud of, I would say, is Kiera's "This Is Me" album. It was a pretty cutting-edge album for the industry at the time, the gospel industry, and the thing about it, we took a lot of flack for it, really. I mean, everybody wants everything in a box and wants what's easy, in terms of what it is to market and what's generally acceptable and that kind of thing. But she had a message. It was a classic example of an artist having a message that they wanted to get out, a representation of themselves, and I had to take that along with the others that I worked with on that project and kind of mold that as best we could into something presentable. And I really think Kiera did a great job of portraying that message, and as a result, it was one of those critically acclaimed type albums. It took a lot of flack, like I said, in the gospel industry, but it ended up getting a Grammy nomination, and he actually got a couple of double awards out of it and that sort of thing. So it's definitely one of my proudest accomplishments that I've been a part of. Yeah, since my EMI chapter, since April, I've actually teamed up with one of my ex-artists that I had at EMI, Antonio Neal. He and I and one other producer, writer from Nashville, Grimes, we've gotten together and formed a company called Artistic Soul Entertainment. And one of those things we saw on the corporate business side was we saw a lot of artists coming into our offices and into our boardrooms, and they did not have, their perspective was wrong, and I always liken it to a doctor, someone who wants to be a doctor or a surgeon, but they never took the time and the care to go through getting the education necessary and getting the experience necessary to be able to do that. You're not going to find anybody that's going to allow you to lay down on the surgeon's table and just go to work, if they don't know that you've gone through the process necessary to attain the skills that you need to do what you do. And so that was one of our frustrations that we saw a lot of times as we dealt with up-and-coming artists. And so what we decided to do with Artistic Soul Entertainment, one part of it is called Beyond Potential, and we put together these Beyond Potential urban music gatherings where we're going from city to city, and we're taking some of the relationships that we have and we bring them to you. And we sit down with you for a day as an audience and answer all your questions and present the music business basics to you is really what we do over the course of the day. And things have been going really well with it so far. We did one in Nashville, we did Memphis, we've done Baton Rouge, we got Atlanta coming up on the 30th of August, we got Chicago, Detroit, Dayton, some really big cities coming up that we're going to be in town doing a part of it. So that's our goal with the Beyond Potential gatherings, is just really being that open door. Artists a lot of times are just looking for that open door to get to other music professionals, and so we want to help provide that as best we can. In other parts of Artistic Soul Entertainment as well, we've also got the label side and the artist management side. We're managing an artist by the name of Merche Moore. She's signed to EMI Gospel right now, and she has a singles deal with them. And so what they've been doing is they partner with us, and we handle a lot of the strategy and everything associated with her project, getting her booked, getting her performance opportunities and strategic alliances with people we have relationships with. So that's going really well. We'll also sign our own artists to that deal. We'll put out the new Antonio Neal album and that sort of thing as well. So we're really just trying to do it. Really fill that void that we feel that's been there related to professional services when it comes to urban music. We really want to take what we've been blessed to be a part of in our careers and make that available to people and hopefully be a blessing to some people along the way. It really starts with getting the education, learning about the actual music business. It's so tempting when it comes to something career-related, much like athletics. It's the difference between someone being simply talented and skilled and someone putting in the work necessary to be an Olympic athlete or a professional athlete. I mean, it's the same thing when it comes to music. You've got to be able to put in, of course, the time necessary to sharpen your skill and your craft and everything, but also the business behind it. You can't just look at the skill side of it and leave that for what it is, but you gotta take care of the business part of it as well. It's a career. You gotta see it as a career, and that's the big missing piece I think a lot of times, especially on the gospel side of things, that's been missing, and we're hoping to be that bridge. Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Brandon Egerton of Artistic Soul Entertainment. You're on the UrbanMusicBiz Network.